Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. I'll be doing my makeup while I talk about a very specific topic today, how to heal trauma. Now this, I feel like I needed to talk about it. I've had like a little voice inside me say that you have to talk about your experience, your story, and I guess to help other girls out there that are also struggling. I'll be your big sis today and we'll sit down and talk while we do our makeup, how we can heal ourselves and get rid of all that trauma and then be the best version of yourself. A little bit of background. I have mentioned it before, but I am the oldest daughter of my family of 5. I was in a very tough situation where I had to grow up kind of quickly and take care of my siblings. One parent was always in and out. He was always abusive. My mom and with us children, and even when how do I say it? Whenever that person's parents had to move in with us, the household was just very toxic, verbal abuse everywhere, neglect. Yeah, I'm not very good at talking. Like I was saying, for the most part, everything happened, all the tragedies and literally events that I've gone through in my life happened or started happening since I was, I would say, 9 years old. Yeah, I would go through a lot of stuff at home, and I don't know, I feel like I was very lonely. I was a very lonely child. So I guess I kind of learned how to, at a very early age, how to suck it up. Literally, I learned how to keep everything to myself and not share with anybody what was going on at home. Basically had to be like a second parent just because one of the parents wasn't parenting. The other parent was away or would be doing this stuff, whatever stuff he was doing that he was not supposed to be doing. My mom would stay home, be crying, bawling her eyes out and trying to take care of the rest of the babies or siblings. And I had to take care of the other half and, you know, just help out with chores and all that stuff. It was a lot. It was a lot for a 9-year-old at that time. And I remember that I would also be bullied. I would severely be bullied. So have in mind, like I said, I was like a 3rd grader, 4th grader, and I would get bullied. I just had a lot of insecurities and like picked on a lot throughout my education or high school years and middle school years. Literally middle school or junior year, no, not junior year, in 8th grade. That's when there was like this big old event where my whole family ended up falling, so that most of them and us children ended up going to CPS. That was my breaking point, and I think I was at my lowest, and I was 13 years old at this time when this happened. To take care of my siblings even among all that, because I was a strong one and I was the oldest one. Even if we were with my aunts and uncles, under CPS care, I still had to be brave and take care of my siblings. So I think I didn't really have much time. I didn't have enough time to process emotion, like just, that raw feeling or grief. And then like a few years later, my grandparent, my mom's dad had passed away. Mom fell sick and she had to have surgery. A bunch of tragedies, you get it. That happened to me all while I was being bullied. I was still going to school. I felt so insecure. I was so low for self-esteem. I was such a horrible mess, okay? It is a little too graphic if I do get too much into it. But yeah, basically I would just say I had a lot of trauma over the past years. I would say I feel like I was more over-independent than I needed to be. I feel like I had to be a second parent, and now I'm just trying to unlearn, or since I moved out of my house, I've been trying to unlearn things and bad habits that I have now that I realize, because I do a lot of self-evaluation. I do self-analyze my traits and everything on myself, not anybody, right? Just because I want to be the best version of myself, and I'm trying to heal. Okay, so from one oldest daughter to another, this is my big sis advice for you. In order for you to heal, you really have to stop self-blaming. You have to stop blaming yourself for whatever thing that happened in your life. You were a child. You were literally a child. Events and tragedies and mishaps do happen, and like I said, you were a child. What could you do? Whatever happened to you and your family or your loved ones, none of it was your fault. You gotta think about this. You were a victim. You were a witness. Oftentimes we think that we always want to like point fingers at ourselves. It's easier for ourselves to blame ourselves for everything that happened. We feel like we could do so many things and nothing at all, and we really can't do much because we're literally children at that age. It is not your fault, okay? Now with me, the thing with me is that I really would do this a lot. I would always hate myself. I would really hate myself. I really blame myself so hard about what had happened with our family, and I would blame myself for our family, how it would be so broken, or why it would be so broken. I'm like, yeah, I'm the reason, when it really wasn't the reason. Sometimes adults play that kind of card. They manipulate you and thinking that it's you, that you're the one at fault, that it's your fault. Even adults themselves, they don't know what they're doing sometimes. So no, don't let anybody tell you that it was your fault. And sometimes even with good intentions, our parents, they think they know the best of what's for us, or they are first time parents. If they had you, they probably were first time parents, just like it happened with me and my mom and my dad. I was a first child. My mom was really knew at everything, bless her heart. She was not the one that would manipulate me or my siblings, but the other parent and his family. Now, a lot of times, children, all they do is listen and observe, and they, we take in all that energy too, and that's not good for us. So as we grow older, we carry that energy with us, and we just develop bad habits, and we think everything that's happening is because of us, and it's not true. Another thing, I'll tell you this: let yourself be loved, and you also have to remind yourself that it is okay to depend on others. It is okay to rely on others and lean on others for help. Let yourself be helped. Growing up, especially if you were the eldest daughter or son, we are told, ponte las pilas, ponte los pantalones bien, toughen up, stop crying, all that kind of stuff. And we were also told to be independent, that we have to be independent at an early age, that there's other children out there that are in need, and they start working at a very early age, right? I'm sure pretty much everybody and all of us have heard that at one point from our parents. It's a very early age, and it's traumatizing. It's like, you should be having a normal childhood is what I'm getting at. And so now as an adult, you want to do everything perfectly, you want everything independent, you want to do everything by yourself, and sometimes that creates conflicts at work, with friendship, relationships, and sometimes you need help and you don't realize it, or you do realize it but you just don't want to ask for help. And that's not good. I want you to know that it's okay to be helped. It's okay to receive help. It is okay to depend on others. Don't push away people. It's okay to be helped. Let yourself be helped. Also, accept gifts, okay? Let yourself be helped in the sense that where you can also receive something and not feel guilty about it, okay? It's okay. Don't reject a gift. Receive it instead and think you deserve it. You deserve everything that the universe puts out there for you. And allow yourself to breathe and lean on others whenever they ask you, do you need help? Or if they want to help you with something, when they want to give you something. Let yourself feel the love. This funny story, when I first met my boyfriend, God bless his heart, he is the best man ever. When I met him, he grew up with a very nice, loving, warm family. I discovered how flawed I was, how insecure I was, and how just so many issues I had, okay? I like to think that I'm doing a little better right now. But at the beginning, it was kind of rough because I was surprised that he was trying to spoil me, like give me gifts and, give me all the love. And I felt like it was weird because I kind of didn't really receive that love when I was a child. On the aggressive side, I would say I didn't know how to receive his love, energy that I carried from all the hatred and all that negativity from the household that I was in since I was a child. I felt like I carried that all the way into my adulthood. So whenever my boyfriend popped up into my life and he tried to approach me and he would shower me with love and give me all these gifts, it was like so new to me that I cried. I didn't know how to accept this, and I kind of was mad. Yes, I was mad because I didn't know. I wanted to do more for him too, and I couldn't. So I didn't want to receive his gifts, but that kind of like hurt his feelings. Like he probably thought I didn't like him. It's okay to let yourself be helped. I know it's probably new environments, new jobs, and new relationships maybe make you afraid, right? But I'm here to tell you that it's okay. Let yourself be loved. Depend on others. Okay, I'm putting my hair up because the lighting is not the best, y'all. I don't know where's the sun. But anyways, I think it's number 3. You can't help anybody if you can't help yourself. Whichever situation, we always want to help everybody. We help the homeless, we want to help our friends, we want to lend that person some money because they need it. But oftentimes we're just not in that position. We're not in a situation where we can lend that help to other people, right? So it's okay. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. But just remember that you gotta prioritize yourself. You gotta remember you can't help anybody if you can't help yourself, right? Think about this. Your body and mind are also screaming for help. You can't just ignore that little voice that's inside of you asking for help, screaming for help. You heard that saying that goes, treat others the way you would want to be treated. Yeah, treat yourself like that too, right? Treat yourself how you would want others to treat you. Focus on yourself before others. But yes, others need your help. Other people need your help, right? But so does yourself. Give that to yourself. Be selfish. You need therapy, go to therapy. I have the tendency I cry a lot, okay? I'm a crier, I will admit that. I think I've always been a crier since I was a baby, since I was a child. But the thing with me, I always want to help out others. Like if I see a homeless person outside, I want to give them my everything. I want to give them the current cup I have Starbucks. That's not sanitary, right? But like I literally want to give him that. I'm just like that. It hurts my heart to see someone in need and not being able to help them. Or like even if I have $2 left, like in cash, I just literally want to give it to that person. Dadosa, that's how my mom would put it, that I love to give. I'm a giver. Even when it comes to gifts, I love gifting people, and I'd rather me not have a birthday gift, not have a party. I'd rather give to people. And I genuinely feel upset whenever I don't get to gift someone a birthday gift, like on their birthday, especially if it's someone that means a lot to me, right? For me, ever since I moved out of my home, out of my family, I always wanted to like help them because I feel like I owed it to them because I moved out, right? So sometimes when I first moved out of the house, I was penniless, okay? I was jobless and I was struggling to make ends meet, especially with the apartment rates so high. And I would want to give my mom money because she was also struggling with the children. So I would cry myself to sleep sometimes. I would like kind of literally, I was in a lot of stress back then, and I remember that I was trying to pick up many jobs and do a lot of like gigs and DoorDash and all that stuff, and I was like literally, my body was screaming for help. I was literally breaking out so much. My head was hot all the time. I felt like I had fever a lot of those days, oftentimes, until someone did say, and I remember this because they told me, you can't help anybody if you can't help yourself. Just look at your situation. Look at your situation. Do you think you can help yourself? Do you think you can help anybody in that situation? No. So just think about that. If your body and mind are screaming for help, you need to focus on yourself first. Everybody can wait. Priorities. You gotta prioritize yourself. You need to help yourself. So just keep that in mind. If you can't help yourself, you can't help anybody. Count yourself as one of the needy people or the people that need help. Count yourselves as those people too. Give yourself that help. You need to be your own person. Now this, I'm not sure if it really applies to it, but these are just advice and tips that I have thought about how to heal myself from the trauma. So when I say be your own person, I mean don't follow others, don't follow what people are doing, don't try to copy what others are doing, don't follow trends. Discover what defines you. Imagine if someone asked you, who are you? What kind of person are you? Like not just profession wise. Who are you? What defines you? What is your character? What defines you as a person? Your aura, I guess we'll put it in those terms. Gen Z slang. Your aura. What defines your aura? What defines you? How would you see yourself in third person? Number 5 is embracing your inner child. Now, I'm sure a lot of people or a lot of you have heard this term or phrase online and TikTok. Inner child. So an inner child is basically who you are, who you were in the past. Basically, like imagine yourself little, right? Let's say me, I'm Jay. I'm 26 years old, and this is who I am, right? And I will try to visualize little Jay. Let's say 6-year-old little Jay or 9-year-old little Jay, right? That's my inner child. That's who I have inside of me, right? Because we are all past, present, and future. So you try to visualize your inner child. Who is she? How old is she? Now, when I say embrace your inner child, imagine yourself embracing yourself. You're meeting you, right? As if she was like your baby, your child, because she is. Embrace her. and talk to her. Ask her, how is she doing? What is going on at this moment? Just visualize all that and give her as much love and all the light and love that she needs and all the hugs. You visualize that. Now, how else can we heal your inner child? I've seen it, a lot of people have talked about this on how to heal your inner child. And I would say, and like other people or other creators say, do the things that you wish to do as a child. What would your mini you want to do? Would she play with sand? Would she want to make a castle? Would she want to make or play tea party with teacups and water? Would she want to go camping? What would she want to do? What would she want to do as a child? Would you like to start a collection of Hello Kitties or a collection of Spider-Mans? Would you like to draw and create your own canvas? You decide what you would want to do when you were a child. I'll give you this example. I guess I would say I was told that I was spoiled when I was a child, but like I said, I don't remember much of that. Probably all the trauma deleted those memories, but I was very young also when I was supposedly spoiled. I was like 3 years old. But the things that I would want to do when I was a child, I'll tell you, I love Barbies so much. I would want to have my collection of Barbies, and it was kind of... Okay, the video cut off. What was I saying? Embracing your inner child. Do the things that you wish to do as a child. I would want to collect my Barbies, and I actually bought a Barbie. Where is she? I think I have her in my closet. I have her in my closet. My mom will sometimes look at me like, oh, why are you buying Barbies? You're not a child anymore. So I started my collection. I obviously, as you can see, I love little cute plushies. BT21. I have my Hello Kitty here and my Japan Hello Kitty right here too. So I like everything pink. Isn't she cute? But yeah, just do everything that you would want to do as if you were a child. Let's say if you were a child right now. If you were 7 years old, what would you like to do? What would you like to buy? Would you like to collect something? Would you like to create something? Just give yourself that talk and do it. Like, nobody's gonna judge you, even if you have your mom like me judging you. Ignore that. She is not you. You are you. You create that collection. You create that canvas. You create whatever you want to do. You do what you wanted to do, and you do what you want to do right now too. So yeah, that's how you healed and you embrace your inner child. I will tell you this, for more of the inner child talk, because I'm not really expert in that, I'm just talking about this, I really recommend listening to the Wizard Liz. Now, she is my biggest inspiration in life, like my biggest inspiration and motivation in life. She also has gone through so much, and I feel like I relate a lot to her story. But yeah, if you don't know her, just look her up, Wizard Liz, on YouTube or TikTok. And especially on YouTube, she shares a lot of her personal growth journey, how you can grow as a person. I really recommend her for healing too.
You start a new hobby, you maybe start drawing. Even if you're not good at drawing, start drawing. You start dancing, you do yoga, whatever you want, start something new. Because what is going to happen? You are changing your lifestyle when you start something new. If you change your lifestyle, you will automatically start to change different habits that you used to have. If you had a habit of constantly feeling sorry for yourself, with a change of lifestyle, you will let go of the need to constantly feel sorry for yourself.
Okay, but the light looks better here. I don't know why. Interesting. Okay, I shifted my camera over here because I did not like how it was looking. Tip number 6, I would say, establish a routine. Establish a you routine. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do a routine? Bored, or you don't know what to do, or after work you just go home and doom scroll? We're going to create a new routine for you. I would say pick up a hobby, journal, work out, meditate, practice breathing exercises, or do yoga. So just anything that can keep your mind busy, especially if you live alone. Pick up a hobby, something that will occupy your mind, something that you think your inner child would like, whether it's gardening, whether it's pottery, taking bachata classes, or any dance classes. You know, dance is a very good way of expressing and releasing all your energy, and it gives you positive energy too. And if you're a girl, it makes you feel more feminine, more sensual. You know, journaling is really good for the soul. It's like you're talking to yourself. the journal is also talking to you, right? It's like a friend that wants to listen. And working out, pick up a workout routine too. Let's say whether it's cardio, Pilates. Personally, Pilates, I love Pilates a lot. It always helps me do like 30-minute morning walk around the block, around your house, around your apartment complex, or go to the park. Or if you don't have a park and you don't have like space, you can just always do the gym. At the gym in your apartment complex. If you don't have a gym, that's perfectly fine. You can also buy like a treadmill. There's those steppers. And guys, once again, this doesn't have to be very fancy. You can literally find these on Amazon or the TikTok shop. Especially TikTok shop, there's always discounts going on.
Updated review of
or just generally do cardio workouts, or Pilates. Now, I will recommend a few channels that I follow that are really good for working out. I do Pilates mainly and other core workouts. So I will recommend these two ladies. I love them so much. They are really good at what they do, and they are friendly. They're beginner friendly too. So if you want to do those workouts. So I started with Pilates back in 2016. She is super beginner friendly. She has all kinds of intermediate and advanced workouts as well. I highly recommend her if you don't know where to start.
just like that. You can also do this on your knees, down, down. Now some bicep. Go ahead and bring it right here. Breathe, lift the elbows up to shoulder height. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open out, bring it.
And just like previously mentioned, the other gal is Mizzy. She also has day-to-day schedules or month-to-month schedules and routines. You can also check their YouTube and page. Lastly, meditating. Everybody does meditation differently, whether it's Buddhism meditation or the chakra meditation. So if it's just breathing exercises, that's also good. My form of meditation is waking up in the morning and putting a podcast and audio, an uplifting audio, whether it's The Wizard Bliss or it's Fernanda Ramirez. I'm sure you guys know of her too. Or just waking up and kind of stretching and just having a nice breakfast and going on a morning walk. Now, especially in the morning, I love morning walks because the sun is out, but it's not really hot. It's breezy and it's cold, so that wakes me up, right? So I guess just establish the routine. Everybody's different. You're gonna probably want I don't know, like a yoga morning, while this other person's gonna want a morning walk, or this other person is probably just gonna want to sleep a little extra and then wake up and have her journaling session, or whatever. So everybody's different. Just you make sure you have a routine down every day, and that is good for the soul. It does help you heal a lot. It defines who you are too. It makes you a wholesome person. Sometimes it's really hard. I will admit it's really hard to wake up and get started with the day, but especially if I eat a bunch of sweets. But let's see. Okay, so this is what I do. I try to wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning, which I should be waking up at 5. But at whatever time I wake up, which I try to make it underneath 7 in the morning, I try at 5. Freshen up, brush my teeth, wash my face, and do whatever. Put my hair up in a ponytail. I put on some workout clothes. I go for a morning walk for at least 30 minutes, which I try to get at least 10K steps a day, but sometimes it's impossible. But by the time I finish going on a walk or go to the gym for a walk, I usually do 30 minutes. I'm back over here and I eat breakfast and then start cleaning the house by 10 in the morning. At 10 in the morning is when I start doing Pilates. Now, Pilates I love so much because they seem like they're so graceful and not so intense and not difficult, but they genuinely help me a lot. So I do Pilates for another hour, 30 minutes to an hour, and it really does help. And after that, I will journal. I will make time. I usually try to make time for journaling. I do love recording a lot and editing. That's something that I discovered along the way. And I also will then afterwards I will cook. By the time that my boyfriend gets home, he gets off work, so then we just have time to sit down and eat dinner, and we just decompress our days. But that's generally how my day goes. And in the afternoon I will go to the gym with him together. So yeah, it's whatever makes you. Hi guys, it's Jay again. As I was editing the video, I realized that the majority of the portion for number 6, so for number 6, establishing a routine, it didn't fully record itself. So I just wanted to go back on it, and I gave my closing and everything, and it didn't record. Isn't that great? Yeah, that's basically it for establishing a routine. And me, I take a lot of notes. If that helps, take a lot of notes, make a little calendar, or buy a little calendar and buy a little notes too, so you can write down what you're gonna do, what to decompress for the day, and for the week too. The last point that I didn't get to on the other video was about loving yourself. It seems simple, but it's just the little things. We gotta really appreciate everything about ourselves, our image, our body, our mind, our soul. Sometimes things happen throughout the day, and whatever happened to in our past, that really affects us a lot as an adult. So I would say just meditate a lot and talk to yourself. Look to the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell that person how beautiful she is. What do you like about him or her? What do you appreciate? What do you love about them? Everybody is unique, and we all should love ourselves because God created us this way. Always thank yourself of how far you've came, and really pat yourself in the shoulder, in the head, and give yourself a hug. Embrace yourself, because you are a warrior and you came a very long way, and you endured all that, the tragedies, the abuse, the traumas. You deserve that hug. You deserve that pat on the shoulder, and I am here to tell you that you are strong and you made it this far. You got this. Let go of all the resentment. Let go of all the hate toward the negativity towards yourself. You are precious and you are loved. In case no one told you, know that I believe in you, and I know that you will accomplish very big and great things in life. And I always say this: God has a reason for everything. I know there's a lot of people that are lost in their paths in life, and as an adult we're still trying to reconnect with ourselves and discover who we are. And you take your time. Everybody else on a different path, on a different journey. Some may go fast, some may go slow. Some people are married, some people have children, some people are traveling, some people are finding a new job. And there's other people that are still going to college or school or university at a later age, let's say 50s, 60s. So just take your time. Don't feel like you're being left behind, or the train's leaving you behind, how our Mexican parents would say. Just take your time, and no one's rushing you. And just a few last things I wanted to say. If you feel like you're still in a toxic household, and there's no shame in living with your parents, because we know with the rent it's kind of crazy these days. But if you're still living with your parents at an older age, like in your 20s, 30s, that's okay. But if you feel like it's too toxic and you feel suffocated, like you need to do something, you got yourself to help you too, right? Save yourself and help yourself. If you feel like you need to, you get out of the household. Sometimes we feel so trapped because our parents, we love them so much, but it's like they themselves are causing sometimes for us to feel this way or a certain way. And it's understandable, I know, because I've been through it too. Try to find a job and save up as much money as you can to get a car, or and to move out of your home. Even if it's another city, that's also good. Just make sure you have a plan in hand and you have money saved too. And it's very important for you. I'm telling you as your big sis, because I went through it. I was definitely not prepared. But I'll tell you this, that I did feel guilty. I did feel guilty whenever I left home, but I feel like if I stayed there, I feel like I was not gonna last any second. I feel like I was gonna go berserk, or however you call it. Thankfully it didn't go like that. I did feel very heavy and guilty, and I felt like a lot of pressure because I was leaving my family, and I I always had that pressure that I had to take care of my family, and I have to do something. I have to make money, so I can help them, and that way they don't have to go through the same thing that I did. Unfortunately, I was such a big mess. I couldn't do anything. Like I said, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help them. I couldn't even help myself. So what I did, I just got out of the house. I moved out to a different city, and I took my car, my belongings, and headed out. I was a little unprepared, but I feel like I relieved, but at the same time I felt like I was being pulled back, like something like my family was pulling me back. My mother was upset. She was mad. I don't think we talked a lot for those few 6 months, 3 months. I don't think we talked a lot, and I didn't go home for like 2 months, I think. I remember she was so upset because I had moved out, and the thing is that I couldn't tell her back then. I couldn't tell her that if I stay there long, I felt like I was gonna go crazy. I was gonna, like, I don't know, maybe unalive myself. I had a lot of negative thoughts back then, and I couldn't tell her that. But then again, you know, she's my mother and I love her so much, but we just had so many conflict, all the family trauma, all the abuse. I just couldn't be talking to her about that. Moms don't really want to listen, or they'll tell you, oh, you are so young, why are you worried, why you don't have kids, or you shouldn't be having depression, or you shouldn't be having la la la, you know. Sometimes you just need to, like, they'll be mad right now, they'll be upset, but later on when they see you, your parents, when they see your family members, whoever, when they see you succeed, when you see that you're really truly happy, you're happy, at peace and glowing, they'll be like, yeah, maybe that it was the correct decision. And as long as you know that it's correct decision and you're happy and at peace with it, go for it. You know, they will be upset because they're your parents. Like, what parents want to let their child go? I know my mom always had me here, and I was super dependent to my mom because she was the only parent that we had. Like I said, a bunch of issues that we had with my siblings, my family, the other parent, and, you know, my mom, and, you know, all that stuff. We kind of grew dependent, but we were like severely kind of detached from the world, I would say. That's just how I'm gonna put it. So I had to teach myself how to learn a lot of things by myself, like, let's say, like doing taxes, going to specific places for something, like legal stuff, all that good stuff, like the car title, stuff like that. You know, you get it, you get the image. I did not know most of that stuff. I always would rely on mom to do that, or, you know, an uncle to do that, or cousins. I just, you know, I had to teach myself a lot of things. And it's like, once I moved out of the house, it's like my eyes opened to a new reality. Like, whoa, I didn't know everything was like this. I didn't know how everything was. I didn't know how life was. I was really sheltered, and a lot of my friends could tell you that if you ask them, that I was in my own little bubble of ignorance. So yeah, I kind of got carried away from the point, kind of a little irrelevant, but it's just a little backstory again. Don't feel bad. I'm telling you, because I wish someone had told me this. Right now, my mom and I are good. We're in good terms. Over the years, I've slowly opened up to her and communicated with her. She's also receiving therapy, so, you know, it's good. We're still, you know, we have a bond. We have a very strong bond. It was broken back then, but, you know, it's all good right now. I'm not saying we're perfect and we don't have issues. We have issues, but we're, you know, slowly working through them as a family, and then it just takes time to heal. It takes time to heal. Give it time to heal. Give your parents time to heal, you know. And I mean, they were also once first-time parents. They didn't know what they were doing either, so most of the time. But just give it time. And I believe in you. Like, I know that you got this, and everything will be alright. I'm telling you, if you're not stuck in a tunnel, in a dark cave, the light will always be at the end of the cave, at the end of the tunnel. You know, not everything lasts forever. So I believe in you, and you, if nobody else believes in you, they think you're crazy, for wanting to move out, for wanting to do this, for aspiring your dreams, for wanting to be better yourself. Don't listen to anybody. I believe in you. To believe in yourself too, or it won't happen. Right? Like I said, you have to help yourself. And I'm telling you this from the deepest of my heart. I know, because I've been in that situation. And like I said, I wish someone, at least, I don't know, older than me, or an older person, or an older sibling, because I'm the oldest one, I wish they would have given me these advice and tips for me before I, you know, moved out or wanted to, like, you know, start helping people. So yeah, help yourself, rescue yourself, lift yourself up, lift your chin up, because everything will be okay. And I'm here to tell you that everything will be okay. that's all I have to say for today, and I'm sorry the video cut off on the other video. I was speaking for like so long and I swear it was recorded, but it didn't record. But yeah, I really hope I'm giving you my best wishes, my lots of love and lots of hug to you, because we all deserve that, and you deserve a better life. You deserve peace and happiness, and I know that there will be a better future, a better outcome for you. Just know this is not the end for you, okay? This is just a beginning for you. So yeah, if you have any questions, if you want to talk, I'll reach out and help you. But yeah, just comment down what you think of this video, if I should make more videos, if you have questions. Big Sis is right here. So yeah, I'm thinking of other ideas to do. I'm not really the funny type. I can't really do comedy skits. I laugh too much. I'm so giggly. It's kind of twisted. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I don't know why Hello Kitty's like that, but yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in the world and a lot of loving kisses and hugs. I love you.